Hi, Mark here from the Tangent-Bound Podcast Network and host of the flagship show, the Tangent-Bound Podcast. Did you know that we over at Tangent-Bound are always looking for amazing podcasts to promote? And did you also know that we are also proud nerds and geeks of everything from movies, music, gaming, TV shows, and comic books to wrestling, MMA, soccer, and football? Whatever you can nerd or geek out about, we've got it. And if you're interested, we can help you find it. And if you're a show looking for a place to call home, we've got you covered. Side effects may include upset stomach, dizziness, tumors, shakes, and in some rare cases, death from excessive laughter. Though to be fair, it's only sometimes. Other side effects may include diarrhea, gallstones, heart palpitations, and strong desire for cookies on the dark side. Talk to your doctor and visit TangentBoundNetwork.com and see if Tangent-Bound Network is right for you.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Hello, and welcome to the Moving the Needle podcast, where we ask, what moves you? Excellent or bogus? Did anyone do the right thing? Do you mess with the Zohan? With me tonight to discuss Do the Right Thing, Rocky vs. Creed, childhood, guilty pleasures, a test of time, you don't mess with the Zohan, once upon a time in Hollywood. With me tonight is Stephanie.
Hello.
Roy. Hello. And Henno. Yo, we want to thank you for listening on iTunes. We're also available on Spotify, just about everywhere you can find podcasts. We are, so come on now,
Google
let
Play.
us know. Email us at mtnpodcast@gmail.com or on facebook.com/mtnpod. Twitter and tweet us at mtnpod. There's so many ways to find us.
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swaps it with Earl so it glistens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. The boys will let you know when there's a spurler. Due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 439.
Sexiest podcast on the network, my friend Brian. It feels good to be back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Came back for our very highly anticipated, often looked forward to end of the year spectacular, right?
Mm-hmm. We both got our baby New Year diapers and top hats on.
Right. Oddly enough, I'm not wearing mine traditionally. Mine's just on top of my head. My top hat is over my junk.
I mean, I appreciate the changes here.
Yeah. Well, I felt like
Keeps it fresh.
I feel like the top hat over the junk is more festive.
That's fair.
You know?
That's fair.
Wait till you see the noisemaker I have.
Hi-yo.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's good to be back, man. I shout out to Henno for pinch hitting for me last week.
Yep.
I listened to your guys' episode. Very entertaining. I was disappointed by one thing, though, Brian.
What's that?
One thing.
What'd I forget?
I should have had a. Well, it was the Christmas episode, right?
Yeah.
Right. So we
Oh
have
my
a tradition.
God. I totally forgot the John LaJoie song.
Oh my God.
Oh, you're right. Dang it, the greatest Christmas song that ever existed.
Right. I mean,
damn it, you're right. I missed it.
For those of you not in the know, I'm not gonna play the whole thing because we'll get pulled immediately.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of
let's
getting...
just skip forward a little bit. Speaking of what? Sorry, it's loading.
All right. Well,
go ahead.
That's all right. I was gonna say we can just I'll put a link to it in the show notes. People should go listen to it, or actually, it should be on our YouTube, right?
I believe it is because we have a Christmas playlist.
Yeah,
if I remember recall.
Oh my God, how did I not even? I didn't remember that even. Man, I was a mess.
I was waiting and waiting and waiting, and then it was like the wrap up, and I was like, God damn it, Brian!
I can't be trusted, man. You know that.
Can't be trusted.
Damn it.
You had one job,
right? That's fair. I'll take it. Now, speaking of getting pulled, I got an email earlier in the week that from 2 weeks ago. You know how we talked about the Pornhub end of the year stuff? That episode got pulled by YouTube.
Really?
And I'm like, what the hell? Because in my head, I'm like, we didn't do anything, weird on, that should violate anything. Then I read the reason, and the reason is it says it violates YouTube's policy about, God, I forgot what it was for. It's something like for sexual gratification and I'm like, I mean, first of all our episodes are used for sexual gratification. We
goddamn right they are.
We know that, but
listen to these juicy ass voices.
That's why our microphones both have juicy right across them.
Hell yeah, in sequence.
Yep. No, it turned out that the link. It was because in the show notes I put a link for Pornhub's stats on there.
Oh my God.
And Pornhub is definitely a site people use for sexual gratification.
I mean, for sure. That and saltylanguage.com.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
So, and I just laughed. So I sent, I sent an email to YouTube that was like, hey, this is really not a violation of your terms, but I will gladly take the link out of the show notes if that's all that there is that's a violation, kind of a thing. It's like, and I even put in there, I'm like, on the show, we talk about the stats and the link if you look at it, because they probably just have some...
It's in some algorithm that's just sifting.
Right.
Pornhub link!
Yeah, and I was like, if someone actually looks at the link, it's actually just stats. Oh, now, of course, while you happen to have the stats page open, you might accidentally click on the regular thing and do some searching or something, but that's not on me. I even told them, I said, we weren't promoting, anything like nerdy or anything. We were just looking at the stats. So I haven't heard back from them. And it's not a big deal because it's, the first time we've ever had a thing like that, but still.
That's hilarious.
Made me laugh. We finally did it, my friend. After 430 plus episodes, we finally got one pulled for being too sexy.
I mean, we were always walking that line.
Mm-hmm.
We're like Johnny Cash over here.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
No, I actually have something kind of similar to this that kind of blew my mind over an email that I received.
Okay.
Like a long time ago. Many months passed. I was like, all right, I'm going to stop paying temporarily for my server fees for all the beer pod because I'm not doing it. Why am I paying this money out?
Yeah.
Soon, because I'm constructing the studio around me.
Right. By the way,
soon, though, I will be reigniting
all
the fires of Gondor to let everyone know that All the Beers Pod is coming.
Fair enough. I was going to say, it's nice to see that you sprung for hard hats for all the child labor you've got going on there.
I mean, you know.
Safety first, yeah.
They're really like those styrofoam, like, you know, rollerblade helmets that you get 3-year-olds. But whatever.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. But no, I got an email from iTunes about my podcast.
Yeah. Wow.
And I was like, this is hilarious. I haven't paid the server fee, or I stopped paying server fees, and now I get accepted. So I open up the email, and it's like it's them letting me know that I am no longer a part of iTunes because of, you know, RSS errors.
Oh, right.
I never got approved. I was never on. I could never find my podcast.
Oh, you didn't? You were on secret iTunes.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, I was on the dark web version.
Yeah, I guess. Shit. Well,
Weird.
that is pretty weird. Yeah, that's
right.
So I guess that means you have to submit and not get a response from them again.
Yeah, once the train gets rolling again, yeah, for sure. Send an email and just wait.
Yeah.
What a bunch of jerks.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. Hey, I feel like it's been forever since I talked to you, because it's been about forever since I talked to you.
Yeah, it really has. Yeah, we haven't hung out or anything. Just things have been nutty with the holidays and you moving and.
Yeah, that's
that.
like, I can't think of a worse time to move. Move is a week before Christmas.
On the upside, though, you had the best weather you could possibly ask for this area.
Yeah, it was sunny and like mid to upper 50s.
Yeah, you couldn't have asked for
the best day ever to move.
Yeah, you couldn't have asked for much better for that. That's why when I saw, you know, the weather, and I was like, wow, I was like, that is incredibly fortunate that it happened right when it did.
Yeah, who knew?
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We started at, I told everyone 9:30 because I thought I was going to have to work that morning. And I did. I actually did work that morning.
Yeah.
Which sucked because they're like, we really need you to come in Saturday. I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, so instead of 9 o'clock, because I, get on, meet me at 9:30 because I got to drive from work now, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And when I got to work at 4:30 in the goddamn morning, there was literally nothing for me to do.
Oh, jeez.
I just like kind of cleaned up some stuff and put what I could, like some things away that I could. The only reason I hung out for 2 hours is because I was getting paid double time.
That's a good reason to hang out.
Yeah, yeah. But it's like, I was just like, oh God. So we go rendezvous at the meeting point. And thank God, shout out to my nephew. He brings the steak truck, big ass flatbed truck.
Yeah,
it's got a lift gate. He's got it from his work. As soon as we get to leave, because there was some stuff that I at this place that I wanted. There's I got a bar back here that's now you have to check it out.
Yeah.
But actually, when we we should do the streaming stuff again once I get this cleaned up a little bit behind me.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. But he blows a brake line right in the driveway.
Oh.
And thank God he just knows how to fix it. He's like, on his truck, brake lines blow all the time, but we got to go to Monroe now because I got to buy, because we have to go to this one certain store because we have an account there. And,
oh, right.
So yeah, everything got pushed way the fuck back, but still, we got all the big stuff moved. That's all I wanted.
Yeah, because all the other stuff you can do in how many ever trips it takes by filling the vehicles. your normal stuff.
And that's what I have been doing. Which sucks still.
Yeah, sure.
But I mean, whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, God, moving sucks. I hate.
If moving is definitely the one thing that makes you appreciate minimalism, maybe more than anything else. That and cleaning, I guess, because, when you go to clean, if you have a lot of stuff, it takes forever. If you have 4 things in a room, it's real fast,
Yeah. And it's like, I was in such a panic to clean out my last house that I know I have shit that I just don't need.
Yeah. I think you run into, it's funny because I think I was the same way because, remember when I went to move, it was hey, I have a week.
Yeah.
So it was literally just, by the time shit got all boxed up, it was okay, well, throw it in the storage, I guess,
yeah.
didn't really go through a lot. So I'm sure, and that actually was something I meant to do this year and just didn't get to it. And this coming spring, summer, or whatever, I'm going to really try to hack at that storage and see if maybe I can get it condensed down to a smaller one.
Right.
Because aside from a few pieces of furniture over there, there's a lot over there that I could probably either get rid of or find a home for it here somewhere.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I hear you on that.
And it's like basically the past year I've been living off a suitcase basically.
Yeah.
So I have all this stuff in 2 different storage units.
Yeah.
I haven't needed it. To be fair, when it got cold, all my winter clothes are packed. I had like a couple pairs of jeans, and I bought like a lined hoodie, and
yeah.
So that stuff I could have used.
Well, and fortunately for you, at least where you work, it's not like frigid. No. I
on
figured
cold days it's pretty cold.
Oh, is it? I figured it'd still be really hot in there on those.
It
days.
depends on where you are, and what part of the building you're at. If you're by the truck docks, it sucks a dick.
Oh yeah, okay, I guess, yeah.
And unfortunately for me, I'm all over the building all day, so.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so I'm cleaning all this shit out, and I'm like, I haven't needed any of this stuff in months.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when I like open up a box, I'm like, oh, my stuff.
Yeah.
It's just a weird.
It is.
It's a weird thing,
dude. The last time I was in my storage, I opened a box because I was trying to, see if there was anything over there I could, bring to sell or just get rid of or whatever. And I opened this box and it's got a bunch of my like kitchen stuff in it, and I had that same reaction to where I was like, oh, I have like pretty much everything I could want here, as far as like pots and pans, and I've got my Instant Pot here and my toaster up, I have like all that stuff, maybe some utensils or something I preferred, or whatever, but it's just like I still opened it and was still like, oh, it's my stuff, like it's weird.
Exactly right.
Yeah. And then it was
don't
like,
get me wrong, right now I got the podcast studio like set up again with the TV. I got space.
Yeah.
I'm not like crammed on the end of a table, then I tear it apart the next day and put it away.
Right.
This is all going to stay set up.
Right, which
with
is
the
nice.
exception of the laptop, which moves around the house. But
yeah, right.
I mean, so I like that.
Yeah.
But it's just weird. It's just weird how you just don't need stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you want it.
Of course, because we're conditioned to wanting it. That's actually, it was funny because, over on the Crazy Life, not funny, but after Heno's dad passed away, he went home and his dad was an accumulator of things, we'll say. And so he talks about it on the show about how going through all that stuff, he was like, I do not want to leave this for someone to do for me. So he's been talking about like when he went home, how he was just like, heaving some stuff out.
Heno, because I know you listen. At least I hope you listen. Yeah. I love that because my last house, I had to deal with 2 generations of other people's shit that was left for me. And then I am the one who got rid of it all.
Yeah.
Because the house wasn't being moved on to another family member.
Right. It would have been kind of funny if it was, and you're just like, oh, hey, all that family heirloom, it's yours now.
Oh, yeah. If that was like, I tried to get my cousin to buy the house off me because, she loved the house too.
Uh-huh.
If I could have been like, oh, cool. Yeah, there's a lot of family stuff here. Deuces. Oh, there's some of my shit too that I don't need.
Yeah.
I for sure would have.
5 generations in the future, they're just like, what the hell is all this stuff?
That's the High family landfill. You see? It all started in the 1940s.
Your great grandpappy brought all that over from the old country.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, wait, wasn't great grandpa born in like Michigan? He was born in the UP.
Which in Michigan is the old country.
Oh shit.
Oh man. So yeah, it's although I gotta say, like the house I moved in, old houses.
Yeah.
Although they have their problems, bro.
Yeah.
I've already fixed I don't know how much stuff.
Yeah, well that's
Like our friends of ours, we didn't have a washer and dryer, so I was like, fuck, what are we gonna do? I didn't want to buy one, but if I had to,
Well, I mean,
friends of ours are like, hey, we're getting a new washer and dryer because we're running gas lines to it. Do you guys want ours? So they brought them over today.
oh, nice.
And now I got to replace one of my spigots because as soon as you turn it on, just water everywhere. And it's like I really got to do laundry. Like I'm wearing an elf shirt.
Yeah, I see
I don't
that.
think it's-
Yeah,
Brian.
I can. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an elf shirt that I bought just for Christmas, and it was my last clean shirt. I was like, well, at least we're getting a washer and dryer today, so I can fuck.
Well, time to go out in the yard and turn the hose on and beat him over a rock, I guess.
Yeah, something, right?
Yeah.
Not to mention the washer and dryer on the other side of the wall here, and I imagine it'd be loud as fuck when I'm podcasting.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I guess I could. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, it's. I mean, you're gonna have to obviously come over. It already feels very much like a home. We decorated the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to have you over to it.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're not a huge Mexican food fan, but there's a great Mexican restaurant walking distance from me.
I'm down for Mexican. Yeah.
What the
love.
hell was I thinking?
No. You're right. What it is a lot of times is it's because I have a very sensitive tummy, and sometimes Mexican food in my tummy don't play nice. So if I'm gonna be like if it was like, hey, come over, we'll get Mexican, and then hang for 6 hours, I might be like, like. That's more of it because sometimes it just doesn't work for my stomach.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a food's delish.
Good.
And it's weird because they have weird hours. They don't open till 4, which is fine, but then they close at 9.
Okay, so they're basically just open for dinner then.
Yeah, and 10 on the weekends because last time, and I think we've ate there probably 3 or 4 times already.
Yeah, that's weird.
Just because honestly, when we moved in, it's like we didn't have food, but there's right there.
Yeah, right.
Block and a half away. Let's just take a walk.
That's kind of funny though. Till 10 on the weekends, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But it's definitely one of those spots I could see like I think I'm gonna go walk and get a beer and some nachos.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Yeah, because they got a nice little barn there, so
Yeah, right. Perfect spot for beer and nachos. Yeah.
Bro, let's talk about Christmas. How was your Christmas?
It was good. But I went to my family's thing, and my sister had it this year. Normally we have it here. Going over there, and it was fine and everything. It was just like we got this is for local. Sorry everybody else, but we got some Calvinos, like
nice
catered. That was tasty. But we had a lot of people, and it got real hot in there. And so I spent a lot of the time outside because it was so hot. And then also, for some reason, my anxiety was just going stupid that night. There was, like kids running around making noises and doing all this stuff. Just being kids, for the most part. There were a couple that I wanted to slap in the head, but...
I mean, you could have started throwing Christmas haymakers.
I should have. Well, they're lucky I didn't get my hands on a Christmas tree. I mean, we know that's one of my powers.
Oh, yeah. Old Christmas powers of flinging trees.
I was pretty close. But, it's just some random kind of stuff like that. Nothing, no drama or anything like that. It was just, like I said, it was mostly just on me. At one point, they started doing the white elephant type, gift exchange gimmick. And just there was a ton of noise because they were doing it different this year and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I can't take this. And I just stepped outside for a little bit, which turned into a long bit, actually, because as people went outside to smoke or whatever, I just, shot the breeze with them while we were out there. And plus, on Christmas Eve here, it was like 50 or something like that. I mean, it was nice outside.
Warm.
Yeah. I mean, I had a hoodie on, but
that would have been the perfect day, Brian, for you to be a cigar smoker.
It would have been, because I could have easily enjoyed a nice long, casual smoking of a cigar out there.
Yeah,
for
just
sure.
sit out for a good 45 minutes an hour, just enjoy a nice stick.
I could have, yeah. Well, and it was nice too, because of it being Christmas Eve, like everybody in the neighborhood's got their lights up and going, and it's nice and quiet over in kind of our old neighborhood, because you know where I'm talking about, right? Where Chrissy lives.
Oh, yeah. Now I know.
Yeah.
Now, we said our old neighborhood. I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Sorry, yeah. But,
I don't know what sister you went to.
Yeah, sorry. But, fairly close to where we growed up. And, so it is pretty calm over there and everything. So that was nice. That helped a whole bunch. But man, my anxiety, and honestly, I'm going to make an appointment with psychiatrist soon, because my anxiety has been way harder to control lately. Like, I noticed I'm going from like 0 to 100 fast.
Oh boy, that's no bueno.
And at first I was like, oh, it's probably just the time of year. Like I went to the grocery store with my mom the week of Christmas, and dude, just being in there for just a few minutes though, man, I was done. So, yeah. So I was like, I think I'm going to go talk to the doctor about this and just kind of make sure, just kind of see what's going on and everything. Cause
probably a good call.
Yeah. Cause anxiety's been a problem of mine for a long time anyway. I don't want it to get worse, like.
Yeah, for sure. Right.
So I'm going to try to stay out in front of it. So yeah, that's basically my Christmas. We came home, had some, did our gift exchange, whatnot. And then, yeah, that was basically it. So, how about you?
It was good. I mean, the kids came over Christmas Eve. That's when we did our festivities, and I, because it was so stupid warm out, I got a ham. My Christmas bonus for my work is there was a ham.
Yeah.
I'd much rather have cash.
Even if
I
was
got a ham.
Even if it was the money that the ham cost. Like
exactly.
If it was like $20, you're like, can you just give me the $20? Yeah.
I mean, my boss did give me he had a satchel of cards. He was like, one of these cards has a $40 gift card. The rest are tens. And I'm like, you should put a pink slip in there too. Make it real interesting.
I was thinking one empty one, but yeah, yours is way, way more risky.
So I got a sweet $10 gift card from him to K. Rogers.
Right.
Which I actually left work and used immediately because I made a Christmas dinner for the kids, right? Because it's so warm out. I'm like, I got that ham.
Yeah.
I'm going to go buy a turkey breast, and I'd put them out on a smoker.
I was just going to say, I bet you smoked it because of the weather. Yeah.
So good.
Good move, but getting the turkey breast doing that. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, because I know Leah doesn't like ham. I didn't really think she liked turkey, but I'm like, you want turkey? Do you want chicken? She's like, turkey, all in caps. Like, oh, all right, geez.
The weird part was she said it to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, turkey, all in caps.
All in caps. She probably would say something like that.
Yeah. Like, okay, we need to have a conversation about this internet speak.
Yeah, right.
This is too far.
Yeah, but my did that. Kids came over. We played some board games, and the real fun thing was we like Michelle and I pooled our resources. And, we say we bought it for everybody, but we just really bought it for us.
Mm-hmm.
But we got a Switch.
Oh, cool.
Right?
Yeah.
Fucking thing is sick.
Yeah, I really want one. I've wanted one since I first saw him.
Like, I was always kind of like, whatever, until I have one. And now I'm like, this thing's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we say, we bought extra controllers for it, so we all played Mario Kart.
Nice.
But yeah, it was a nice little Christmas Eve, and Christmas Day we woke up. We went to her parents' house, and that was an experience. It was just her and her brother and his family. So
yeah,
and his her dad made breakfast, and there wasn't. Here's where the poor planning kicks in. We went there Christmas morning, right? Did everything, got a bunch of scratchers. Actually, well, rewind. My kids bought me the sick game I want to try too. It's a resource management game, kind of like Agricola and Rio de Janeiro or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Or Puerto Rico, but it's about running a craft brewery.
Oh yeah. That's what I thought it was when I saw you on your Instagram. You posted pictures, and I was like,
yeah. I'm looking forward to playing that.
Cool. Yeah.
Anywho, but so her parents, besides lottery scratchers and a shitload of candy, bought me a really nice bottle of scotch.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that was nice of them.
Which we'll have to crack into sometime.
Yeah.
I know. I was like, because I picked it up, I was like, "Ooh, this is heavy." And I pulled out a bag. I was like, "Whoa, this is nice."
They're like, "Oh shit, that wasn't for you. That's for me."
And her dad was like, "I don't know what any of it is. She just said you wanted to buy a bottle of scotch, so I went to the liquor store and talked to a guy, and like, oh, Well, thanks. I really appreciate
Yeah,
that.
right? Like, I feel like you should swing by the liquor store maybe and give that guy a tip.
Yeah, really, right? That's good stuff.
Like, hey, good on you for having him get the good scotch.
But here's where we failed miserably.
Yeah.
It is now mind you, we had ham for dinner, right? And then we got up.
Yeah.
And we had ham for breakfast.
Right.
And no, we had breakfast. We had ham for lunch. That's what it was.
Okay.
So we're sitting at home. We're like, I don't want to eat ham anymore.
Yeah.
I'm all hammed out.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, me too. I'm like, is there anything open? It's Christmas Day, bro.
Yeah.
Even the big box stores are closed.
Right, for at least part of the day. I think that a
Yeah.
lot of them open later, but yeah. No?
I was doing some strict Google searches.
Oh,
Nothing
alright.
was open.
Wow, really? I'm surprised by
Except
that.
for CVS up the road.
Nice.
So we made ourselves a nice little dinner of some ramen and Hot Pockets.
Hey, man, whatever's not
Dude.
ham at that point. Yeah.
Oh my God. I was just like, what have I become? You know?
No, I get it. On Christmas Day, my mom and Jim went over to his daughter's, and his daughter, like, I'll give her credit, she goes all out, man. She makes a ton of food. But she was also going to be going to Florida, like, the next day, so basically she wanted none of it left over.
Yeah, makes sense.
You know, so my mom brought this giant bag of ham home, and we ate off it a couple days, and we were like, both all got to the same thing. We were like, yeah, I'm done with the ham.
Yeah,
like,
I can't do any more ham.
I can't handle anymore.
Hey-o.
Oh, God. It was terrible.
Oh!
But, oof. So, yeah, I feel you on that. Yeah. I mean,
And-
on the
and
upside, we
like-
had other stuff to eat, though, so, you know, we were
Well,
all
yeah.
right.
It's like the sad thing was the ham I had was pretty good, but it was giant.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like, you know, although I got to say it was one of those ones that has like the pre-glaze on it. Please don't do that to your ham, people.
Yeah.
Like it's pre-glazed and it comes with a packet of glaze which got thrown right in the garbage. Like just give me the hunk of ham. If I want to glaze it, I will.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
Oh, I know what you're saying. If you're excited, you get
You know,
excited
go
about
like
the
I am,
ham.
right?
I know, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You should have soaked it in rum, had some rum ham.
Bro, I thought about it. Really spritzing it down with some.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ham we had, unfortunately, she bought a spiral ham, you know, spiral slice.
Yeah.
But then she cooked it like it was a regular ham. So super
Boy.
dry.
So you're eating like ham jerky?
Basically, yeah.
Which I've had actually. It's delicious.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry, the taste was still fine, but it was like, whoa, boy, good thing that she also made like a swimming pool full of gravy because you
fair
needed
enough.
it. Normally, I'm not like I've gotten to where I'm really not a gravy person anymore. You know, because
Oh, you just hurt my feelings,
well,
bro.
hold on. The reason for it is because if the meat's cooked right, you don't generally need anything else with it. You know?
True, but if you like throw down mashed potatoes, stuffing,
Do you know what though?
turkey with some gravy, I might just like disrobe at the table. I'm so fired up.
Well, now you also understand why I'm not much of a gravy person.
I'll be making gravy as a meat and gravy, you dig?
But I actually, if there's corn, I put a little bit of butter on my mashed potatoes, and I just put the corn right on top of it, and I just eat it that way.
You get that textured potato.
I do, yeah. So I've been that way since I was a little children's. So, but yeah, well, the reason I'm not a huge gravy fan is because a lot of people don't know how to make good gravy. Like it's either like not mixed real well, or it's incredibly salty, or like ham gravy is going to be salty because ham's salty,
for sure.
right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's people that seem to think you need to add salt to it, and you usually don't, because that ham run-ins, them ham leavings got plenty of salt in it.
I also want to let you know that ham gravy is my southern pool shark name.
Who's that standing over there? Oh, you don't know? That's ham gravy.
That's ham gravy.
Super salty.
Now, I also I think Rock and Roll Stars. I sound like an old man. I think the Rock and Roll Stars. But I see in the Inquirers.
Hey Tony, have you heard of the rock and or roll music?
I've heard that jazz. No, I kind of feel like they need to get involved with Thanksgiving now that we're talking about this, or holiday food in general.
Yeah.
Because you got the Ozzy Osbourne gravy train. Obviously.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, you got the Nine Inch Nails downward spiral ham
Right. Now,
for sure.
I'm not gonna lie. The Ozzy Osbourne singing, like, just picturing Ozzy with this giant gut on him, shirt half down, sitting in the recliner, singing about how he went off the rails on the gravy train. It's just like he's telling it to his grandchildren's,
Yeah, exactly. It's like sweating, but that's how it goes. Just got the meat sweats,
We had lots of ham and sweet potatoes.
I love it. Because he went off the rails on the gravy train.
Oh my God! God damn it! I'm. Let's send this treatment to Weird Al because I feel like he could do this some justice.
Oh, Weird Al. Speaking of Weird Al,
yeah,
I introduced Leah last night to UHF.
Oh, nice. Did she
Yeah,
make her drink from the fire hose?
She enjoyed the movie a lot.
I would think so.
Although she kept sitting there on the floor, she's watching, and she'd look at me because, I'll preface this by saying, I let my kids cuss. I don't care. She's 14.
Well, as anyone who's heard our promo knows.
Good point. I forgot about that. So she kept looking at the screen, and then something bizarre would happen. She'd look at me, and she'd just be like, what the fuck? I don't know what's happening, Dad.
You're like, exactly. That's what makes it.
I'm like, just keep watching. It's amazing.
It all ties together in the end. By the end of the movie, she turns around. You're not there. You've gone out for some smokes.
Exactly. If the roadie nachos is drinking beer.
Right. Like, where'd Dad go? He said he'll be right back.
Oh man. Yeah, I love this idea though.
I'm with you though. The downward spiral ham. It's funny. I wrote a tweet about how Kraft should come out with a version of their stuff called Downward Spiral Shells and Cheese or something to that effect years ago.
Perfect.
Because of kind of the mindset you're in a lot of times when you're making it,
I mean, it is fake cheese.
Yeah. You're like, well, I'm not going to lie. I'll still eat the shit out of it.
Yeah. I guess I'm eating this now.
Yeah. Should have got some of that to go with your Hot Pockets. Could have dipped them right in it. Perfect.
Oh, I still can't. I ate that Hot Pocket and then it wasn't like the cup of noodles. It was like that big cardboard bowl. It was like hot and spicy.
Was it either?
No. I was actually kind of disappointed. But man, I felt like hot garbage.
Well, that's how you're supposed to feel after you eat a Hot Pocket.
Yeah. It's like all my shame was gone.
Yeah.
I definitely went to bed, with like these noises, like sound like gremlins and demons or some being summoned within me.
Yeah, probably were. I'm pretty sure when you combine that kind of ramen and Hot Pockets, that is what happens. Pretty sure you've broken a circle.
Started.
Yeah, I was gonna say, pretty sure you broke into a circle of hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in the Space Marines break room, and someone dropped a Hot Pocket in somebody's cup of ramen.
Man.
And then, yep.
Now I'm picturing
reality cracks open. Here comes Imps.
Right. I'm picturing you got Hot Pockets in my ramen. You got ramen in my Hot Pocket.
They both died of demons.
And next thing you know, Rom Pockets are out.
Rom Pockets. It sounds like an anime.
Yeah, it does actually. Rom Pockets.
Rom Pockets.
Oh, shit.
Dude, if I could get a Hot Pocket and you crack it open, it's just ramen noodles.
That's what it would be, too, right?
It's kind of like one of those soup dumplings, but like sandwich sized.
Right. We might have just made the best microwave food ever, Tony.
I mean, maybe.
Oh, shit. See, this is one of those where if we were doing like stupid cooking videos and shit for the podcast, I would edit all of that out and we would just make Rom Pockets. Because it'd be easy enough to do. Just go get some of that like, oh shit, what do you call it? Like that Pillsbury, like canned dough, kind of stuff. And just basically just pack ramen in it, close it up, bake them.
Bro, I would just trim off the end of a Hot Pocket and scoop out its innards.
And just cram the ramen in there.
Cram hot ramen into it.
Because well, yeah, it's funny because some of the ramen has like air quote meat and stuff, right? So
Yeah.
you basically could
like
just
two dehydrated corn kernels.
yeah, you could just like scoop out the hot pocket into the ramen, mix it, and then cram it back into the hot pocket.
Oh shit! Now we're talking.
Boom.
You take that za topping, that meatball mozzarella, arguably the best hot pocket out there.
Right.
You mix it with that hot ramen noodles. Good Lord. If there's anyone listening to this right now and they are just blazing, they're starving.
Yeah, probably.
Hell, I'm getting hungry.
I know. I was like, dude, I think you and I should hit the store real quick.
Yeah, all right.
Let's go make some of these.
Little Franken food.
Delicious. Oh, man. Like,
So yeah, Christmas is pretty cool.
First date, you're like, oh, come on over. I'll cook for you. Round pockets.
I'm pretty good at cooking. You're like, oh, awesome. You like hot pockets?
No. I'm known for my fusion cuisine.
Yes, my fusion cuisine. Like, this looks like a hot pocket. Bite into it.
Oh my God, it's ramen.
Is this Captain Crunch? Yes.
Oh, what a terrible surprise inside a hot pocket.
Exactly. Full of disappointment and mouth damage. I hope you like lacerations on the roof of your mouth, stupid.
Jesus. Oh my God. Okay, so here's our new show. Our new show is we Frankenfoods like this.
Right.
And we do like what do you call it? Shit, I can't think of what they're called. Basically, like a panel where everyone gets to try it and talk about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you're
I can't think
talking
of what
about.
they're called for some ungodly reason right now.
Let's just call it the panel, Brian.
Right. So, and we're behind, of course, two-way glass. Just
Of course.
dying as they're crunching into their Crunch Berries Hot Pocket.
Okay. Crunch, and of course, it's served hot.
Right, of course. And it still has cheese in it.
Naturally.
Because why wouldn't it?
Why wouldn't
my
it?
God.
What are we, savages?
Right.
How is he going to lubricate that Crunch Berry?
Right. Like, it's good, but either that or it's like, well, instead of milk, we decided to put cream cheese in there.
Yes. We actually upped the ante on this one and did mascarpone.
Ooh, fancy.
Ooh, fancy.
Like what we were going for was, like a nice baked dessert with the mascarpone, with the, the Crunch Berries for the sweetness, and then the savory buttery crust.
The buttery herbed Italian pocket.
Oh my God. Oh man, this would be too much fun.
Now, what if you took
shit.
a calzone, all right, and then put a hot pocket inside a calzone?
Okay, it's like a
But
turducken
inside
now.
the hot pocket is pizza rolls.
Oh my God, yeah, this is like the turducken of like microwave
Yeah.
foods.
Right?
Oh my God, that's genius, is what that is.
See, now we're talking.
That's like a hot pocket or something like that. I don't know.
Once again, sounds like an anime.
Yeah, you're right. Oh man, God damn it! I'm still picturing somebody biting into that hot pocket with Captain Crunch in it.
Oh yeah.
Is that Cookie Crisp? Like,
oh God, this milk's boiling hot.
is this Fiber One?
Burns all over
Oh
him.
man, it'd be so bad. Well, part of it would be
Wow.
hot. The other part would be ice cold still.
Well, yeah, because hot pocket.
Yeah, just whatever miracle of technology they are, with whatever space age polymers they use inside them to keep them that way. I don't know.
Yeah, our test kitchen has the finest of 1984 microwaves. The ones with the dial that you turn.
Right. Loose doors. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Comes with the cookbook where you can microwave the entire meal, including the turkey and all that.
Delicious.
Oh God, vile. Hey kids, you like gray meat?
Who doesn't?
Oh God, sounds like something a creepy old man would say at the playground.
Yeah, it does. Oof. Ugh. Do you like gladiator movies and gray meat?
Gray meat.
Come on
You ever
over.
seen grown man naked?
you ever seen shrimp well after it's gone bad?
Do you like the smell of onion?
Oh man. Ooh, man, speaking of, since we're on cooking shows and stuff, the other night I looked in our fridge and had a couple good size containers of the multicolored like cherry tomatoes.
Oh yeah.
Where some are like really dark red, some are almost like a greenish color, and I don't mean because of mold.
Yeah.
I had some of those, and I'm looking at them, going, "Man, those I got to use those soon because they're starting to get a little soft."
Tomato pocket, right?
Yeah. No. Yep. Just mushed them all inside a Hot Pocket. So between our Waffle It and Pocket It,
yes,
these are our two new shows.
Food trucks,
right? Waffle It and Pocket It.
Pocket It.
Yep. Nothing like hot Legos inside a Hot Pocket.
You see hot Legos? This feeling doesn't even make sense.
I can't even eat this.
Oh shit.
Anyway, so I'm looking through the fridge and I see, I got a green pepper in there. That's the same thing. How, like with green peppers, I buy them fresh, and then if I see I'm not going to get to them in a couple days, I'll immediately chop them up and freeze them. That way, fair. So they don't go to waste.
Yeah, for sure.
And I was like, I got some mushrooms left from some mushrooms I had bought. I just had a bunch of stuff that was like, basically, if I didn't use it today, I was probably throwing it in the trash,
One of those.
So I'm like, well, gee, I have green pepper, I have mushrooms, I have some tomatoes. I wonder what I should do with these. So, of course, I was like, well, I'm going to, make up a quick tomato sauce.
Yes.
Had some fresh garlic, so I mushed up 90 cloves of that. And
take that, vampires.
Yeah. Dude, I put so much garlic in it. And then onions and whatever. But, and I remember because I had made once before, I remember on Food Network, there was a chef that talks about how at home a lot of times he, instead of making like an all-day tomato sauce, he makes like a quick cherry tomato sauce. Like it's called like a pop sauce or something like that. Because basically you cook the cherry tomatoes until they literally kind of pop open.
Oh, right.
Well, I was like, well, I'm going to look, recipes up for it. Just, make sure I don't forget anything basically. And when I look and I saw somebody that was like, yeah, I don't know why people cook them until they pop. This woman's like, I cut them in half. So from the minute they start cooking, they're already like adding all their goodness to everything, and it's already like part of the cooking down process is kind of done that way.
I could see that.
So I was like, I'm going to try that this time. That worked out so good. And I had some, I bought, like when you're in the store, they had like the bags of like the tortellini or whatever. And it was,
Hey,
it was chicken mozzarella tortellini.
Just like Mama used to make, huh?
Right, fresh from the bag, right. So, no, it was, but, so I had a bag of the chicken mozzarella tortellini, and I was like, well, here we go, and it turned out really, really good. I had forgotten how stupid easy. I mean, tomato sauce is stupid easy anyway, but, it's like.
You made a little Sunday gravy.
I did, basically, and it's not like real saucy, but like the pasta got nice and coated because there's, a good amount of Earl in there and, and everything. So even if you don't get a lot of the like sauce and whatnot in there, you get a lot of those flavors with that Earl on the pasta. So it turned out really good. It was quite nice.
Excellent work, my friend.
Yeah, especially when I was like, well, it's either this or it's all trash,
Yeah, I mean, that's the right move. Make something out of it.
Yeah, because my original thought was, well, maybe I'll do this and then I'll just, I can freeze the sauce, basically.
Yeah, for sure.
But then I was like, oh, wait, I have this pasta. So
I mean, you obviously would freeze the sauce in like popsicle makers, right?
Of course, so it's easier to put them inside the Hot Pockets.
Oh, if I was to be like, hey, you want a raspberry sorbet?
Oh, man.
Oh, I love raspberries.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. I mean, a nice glass with a nice punch of garlic in it.
I mean, a savory popsicle is probably a thing.
Here's what you do. Person comes over and you're like, you thirsty? Like, yeah. Like, oh, I'll make you a drink. You just pour like about half a cup of olive oil in a glass.
Oh God.
Put a couple of these cubes in there, and then stir it around. Maybe a little vodka.
Delicious.
Put a little vodka in there and tell them it's a Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
They'll never know.
Celery stick.
Yeah. That's terrible.
I mean, I'm really not mad at the idea if you took Bloody Mary mix and froze it for your ice cubes for a Bloody Mary.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that for sure.
Just saying.
Just drop it right into your booze and
Right.
stir it
exactly.
around with your whatever it is, whether it's a meat stick, a pickle, celery, your hand, whatever you got.
Dick.
Your dick. Yeah. I mean, if that's how you're, if you're so inclined to want to stick your dick in something that's zigzag in it, I don't know that I would. But
Oof, that's going to burn the old ureter.
It's going to be zesty, that's for sure.
Oh, boy, will it be.
Speaking of, isn't it fun when you're cooking and you don't realize you've somehow cut yourself until you touch something that burns
That's amazing.
like fire?
Yeah, it's my favorite thing to do ever.
Apparently, I had sliced my finger a little bit using the mandolin or something, and that show on Disney Plus, and but
It's just about him cooking and playing a folk instrument.
yes, just all the different ways one can use a mandolin.
Yeah.
Yes, but and then as I go to start cutting the tomatoes up, and I was like, my finger's on fire. And I haven't cut into anything spicy. And I look, and I was like, oh, apparently I sliced my finger a little bit.
There's blood everywhere.
Yeah. Well,
just make the sauce better.
it's going in the sauce. I mean, it's all red anyway.
It's all red,
fine.
exactly.
Yeah.
No one's going to know a difference, eh?
Right? Like, man, there's something different about this sauce. What is that? Like, it's my secret ingredient.
Yeah. What is this tang?
Yeah.
AIDS. What?
Well, sorry, it may not be AIDS, HIV, but
Yeah, exactly.
splitting hairs here. Yeah. Man. Well, yeah, so good that, Christmas went off pretty well for us. Do you have any New Year's plans?
Not really. I mean, I don't know if my kids are hanging out with, their mom or not. Whatever, but I told them, I'm like, hey, if you guys aren't doing anything, you're more welcome to come over.
Sure, come over and get hammered, right? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
No,
Daddy's putting a bar in the basement.
Yeah. Like, guess Dad's never coming upstairs.
Yeah, basically. But we don't really have any plans, really.
Yeah.
Just, it's probably just do more shit around the house, honestly.
Yeah.
That's all it's been lately.
Fair enough.
Although, our pal Steve is coming into Toledo tomorrow because, him and I are going to have a little dinner, shoot
nice.
the shit for a little bit.
Nice.
I haven't seen that man in forever.
Right.
Yeah.
That should be nice.
Yeah, good stuff, mate.
Right. Get some nice man hugs out of it.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But no, as for New Year's plans, I mean, I'm kind of over the whole let's go get crunk for New Year's.
Forget that noise, yeah.
Yeah, just I probably like today. It's Sunday, right?
Yeah.
I woke up at 4:30
Yeah.
because that's just what I do now.
Yep. Me too.
So I doubt I'll even be up to watch the ball drop.
Right, and not for the reasons of the past. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I suppose if someone's like, "Hey, we're having a get together, you want to come?" I'd probably go, but I don't think I'd stay.
Yeah,
that's just not my scene anymore. I do enjoy a nice drink every so often, but the whole just getting plowed because you don't have to work the next day.
Right. Well, not to mention you'd have to get all your drinking in by 11:59 anyway, right?
That's true. That's true.
As soon as it turns 12, you're not allowed to have a drop. So.
Yeah, no, I'm taking the month off.
By the way, fully expect me to, start sending you booze pictures every day. So. I'm kidding.
Fair enough.
I'm so kidding. Yeah.
I mean, I've actually got a couple of nice beers in my fridge right now that I've been waiting on.
Yeah.
So on that on the 31st, I'm gonna get into them.
You totally. This is where it's too bad you aren't already really set back up doing all the beers pod, because it'd be so great to do a month of nabs.
That would be amazing.
to just
I still could.
You still could, yeah. I was just thinking, like, during that month, because, then maybe you still get a little taste. Because there are, from what I've heard, I haven't had any.
I've heard that new Heineken one's actually really good.
I was going to say, I've heard there's a few. I actually got an email from something the other day that was like, oh, here's the best, 19 non-alcoholic beers. And I'm like, there's 19? I'm like, I guess it makes sense, with the whole... those bars that are popping up that are serving the non-alcoholic cocktails, and I've heard a lot of them have beers too, like non-alcoholic beers,
right.
as well. So more power to you, I guess. If they have taste to them, it doesn't bother me any, because
no,
I'm not going to lie. I ain't mad at it. If I could sit and have 3 or 4 of those and not feel like garbage the next day, I'd be all right with that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm there for the flavors.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong.
Like my buddy Mike, he
drinks.
he helped me move some shit, and he left me a couple beers. One of them was one of the ones I'm waiting on.
Mm-hmm.
But one of them he left me is he bought some of that KBS espresso.
Oh yeah.
He gave me a bottle of that, and fuck, it was so good.
Yeah.
If you could produce those flavors and make it non-alcoholic, I'd buy that all day.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Because, I mean, you and I have had this talk 8,000 times.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like this all-day IPA that I feasted on earlier. I'm now drinking a delicious LaCroix, or as my daughter calls it, spicy water.
I like that. I'm
Yeah.
very much a fan of the spicy water.
Yeah, spicy water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't drink it to get hammered. I drink because I like the way it tastes.
I don't drink enough of it to really get hammered anymore. So
Right?
I couldn't tell you the last time I had more than 3 beers. Like when you and I were out last time, how many did we have? 3, maybe?
I think so.
Yeah,
Maybe.
That's the most I've had in God knows how long. I just 1 or 2, and I'm usually like, all right, I'm good. I mean, unless it's whiskeys are a little different. I might get, but a lot of that has to do with the fact that, you're drinking whiskey. You're like, oh, this tastes good, and you're like a few in, and then you're like, oh my God, I can't feel my legs. So, beer, I can usually tell you right where I'm at.
Yeah, but my sister loves margaritas.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. When I told her I've got this Mexican place over there, she's like, how's margaritas? I'm like, I have no idea.
Right.
I like them too, but I'm just not, if I'm doing, I'm a cerveza guy. Give me a nice Mexican beer if I'm eating some tacos.
Yeah.
But the last time I went, I'm like, let me get one of margaritas just to see how they are.
Yeah.
I don't know the sizes. I'm like, just give me a large. Just a pint of margarita. Yeah.
You should know better, dude. So many places, when they have margaritas, if they ask you what size you want, never take the large, because it's usually like a bathtub of margarita.
Well, large was the second smallest size. It was like regular large, and then there was another bigger size, and then like a pitcher. And I was like, well.
Do you remember there used to be a pizza place around here that was like that? Remember they didn't have small and medium? I think they started at large and went up.
Yeah, I do remember that.
I can't remember who it was, but yeah, they used to have these giant pizzas. But I was like, such a good gimmick because, instead of allowing me the opportunity of getting a small pizza at a reasonable price, I no longer have that option.
Yeah, now I have to get large, super large, or King Majumbo or whatever.
Right, or bed size. Yeah, I think they sold their pizzas in bed sizes. King, queen, and whatever's bigger than a king.
California King.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the name of it. Yeah, ay caramba. But
what the fuck? Oh,
well,
man,
on the
my
upside,
soundboard's
with the Mexican place there, if you do happen to drink a liter o margarita, at least home is within staggering distance.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, because I had that one, and we laughed, and I felt fine.
Yeah.
But the next morning I woke up and I was like, God, I have a splitting headache. What is good? I'm like, oh, I had that giant margarita. Is that what caused this?
Probably. Those things are brutal, man. I don't know how people drink those things.
I like a good margarita, but I mean. I honestly just had it so I could take a picture of it, send it to my sister, be like, hey, they're pretty good.
Yeah, hey, they're the size of your head, though, so be careful.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. She texts
whatever.
back and is like, that's a small.
Yeah, I do know next time if I get one, get a small.
Yeah. Or see if they have a kid size.
Yeah, can I get this in a sippy cup?
Yeah. I really don't want that. I just want a taste of the margarita. I don't want the whole thing.
Right.
Sorry, we only make one per day, and you ordered it.
you win.
They got one of those machines that a lot of places had that have lemonade and shit in them,
Oh yeah.
And that's one margarita. They just slide it onto the counter down to you.
They just give you the hose.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to open a valve. Put that in your mouth.
Yeah. You're going to have to
What?
warn us whenever you want to drink because we have to do some things back here for pressure reasons, but
For pressure reasons. Shit.
All right, no problem.
But yeah, no, seriously, if they could dial in some of that non-alcoholic beer thing, and I will, because honestly, just because it's non-alcoholic, it goes against. I'm doing no sugar, no grains, no booze, dude, for a month.
Yeah. So really, you couldn't even
Yeah.
have like the non-alcoholic liquors that are out there and stuff because a lot
But
of those
I
still probably have sugar.
will. I should do a month of near beers.
You should.
Yeah.
The old dude. Here it is, Nabtober
Oh, it's so far away though.
or November. That's what it
November.
means. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Hey, if anyone's got any suggestions for me.
Nebuary is my favorite though. I think that would have been the month, but it's all right.
Well, I mean, February's available.
Yeah. I was meaning for January though, but
I'm just a
but you're
silly
right.
goose.
Yeah, because really, all you're drinking it for is the podcast. It's not like that's all you're drinking for the month.
Yeah.
Although I don't know, can you do a make your own of Nabs?
I don't have no idea.
I wonder if like the liquor store has that option. That'd be kind of funny, wouldn't it? You go in and you're like making a sixer of just non-alcoholics, and they're just like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?"
I bet you more people buy that stuff than we think.
Oh no, I'm sure of it. Like because I remember, like when we were children's and your dad was drinking Nabs, there was like two kinds basically. There was
Yeah, it was like O'Doul's and something else.
yeah, and that was pretty much it. And the last time I looked, like when I was with Jen, and she was trying to drink those instead, I was like, wow, there's way more of these than I even knew of. So yeah. And now there's probably
I have
even
heard
more.
that the Heineken Zero tastes like Heineken.
Heineken Zero, I love it.
I think that's what it's called.
All right, because zero alcohol, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm down. Like it's, I'm willing to try it because I am curious of it anyway. Because, just for taste reasons.
Yeah, for sure, right?
Because, again, when we were growing up, like, I remember your dad complaining about the lack of taste of Nabs that he drank. So.
Well, and he was drinking shitty domestic beer, too. He didn't have the
Yeah.
refined palate like we have.
Yeah, that's true. So for him
Yeah.
to complain about the taste of them was really saying something probably
Yeah,
about
it
how
must have
bad they
been
were
terrible.
at the time. I just assumed, and this isn't trying to slam anybody, but I really assumed they taste probably along the lines of like a natty light kind of, like a really watery kind of thing. But, now I know they've got like dark ones and various other flavor profiles. So, yeah. It'd be nice
I
if we
would be
could get
curious.
someone to fire us some samples. That's what
That
we
would be
need.
nice.
If only
You
we
hear
had
us
that
out
kind of
there
power.
in listener land?
Yeah.
Send us samples.
Yeah, because I don't think any of the like microbrews do Nabs, do they? Have you seen one on a place?
I haven't
I'm sure
seen
they
one, but
exist.
I haven't looked, to be fair.
I'm just thinking of like the places we've been. I don't remember ever seeing one that was a non-alcoholic option, aside from like root beer,
Right.
or their own sodas or something like that. But I don't mean that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you mean an actual non-alcoholic beer,
Yeah.
and not a sarsaparilla.
Right. Although,
Whatever.
and most of them do make a pretty mean root beer. They all seem to make
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
good root beers. And from what Matt told us, Dark Horse made a lot of really good sodas up there. So
True.
never had one, but because
Me, I was too busy drinking the delicious beer.
yeah, I was like, there's too many good beers to have.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway, yeah, we should shift subjects here.
yeah, I guess, yeah.
I mean, I suppose.
Right. Have you? I assume you haven't jumped in GTA at all recently, right?
No, I mean, when I have been playing PlayStation, I've just been
Yeah.
playing Call of Duty. I'll be honest.
Fair enough, dude.
I'm like hooked, and it was double XP again. So
Oh, right. When I've been jumping in, just mainly just to do the lucky wheel and all that stuff.
Mhm.
They had an ugly sweater car
That's pretty fantastic.
that was terrible looking, but I wanted it so bad, and unfortunately I didn't win that one. But then they did one that's a blue kind of older looking car, and it's got like snowflakes all over it and a big bow on it, and I did win that last night, so I was
Oh, that's awesome.
quite happy about that. Dude, they had a whole bunch of festive clothing this year. Like in the past, they've had some, and I didn't, but like I was running around for a while in a Bah Humbug hat, and I had a sweater that had like a T-Rex that was breathing fire on it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Elf shoes.
I'd wear that in real life.
Yeah. Well, then
shit, I'm wearing an elf shirt right now.
Exactly. But then they added it's an all black like bodysuit, but it's got Christmas lights on it, and I was like, oh, this is hilarious, Well, when I put it on, this little thing pops up in the corner that's like, go to the style section and you can alter things. So I'm like, okay, so I go to the little style menu that's in like where your objectives and stuff are.
Right.
And you can either have the lights blink or pulse. And literally they glow in the game on your suit. Like while you're running around, the lights will blink.
That's amazing.
And the bottom of your feet glow basically while you have the suit on and stuff. So I've been running around in that, which has been all sorts of fun, just randomly assaulting people wearing
a festive suit of lights.
Yes.
Do you feel like Dynamo from The Running Man?
Yes, basically. It's
Nice.
pretty exhilarating. It's like what I wish I could do is have this suit in Saints Row so that I would actually have like superpowers. Then I'd feel like I was a supervillain running around. But
yeah, that's fair.
But what's funny though is for about a week they had snow in the game.
Oh, I like when they do that.
And holy shit, I forgot how hard it is to drive in that when you're going fast,
Oh yeah.
But dude, like 2 days after Christmas, it was gone. Like I'm surprised they didn't keep it through New Year's or whatever. Gone.
I mean, we don't even have snow here in real life, so I mean.
Yeah, I guess, right? So, like I said, don't get me wrong, from the driving perspective, I'm very happy it's gone, because it's really hard to drive some of the vehicles in that snow.
Right.
But, yeah. So, yeah, that was kind of fun, though, that they had access to a lot of stuff.
The one thing I will tell you, if you haven't played COD in a little bit,
and I haven't.
I know we're probably boring the shit out of our listeners with this video game talk real quick.
Yeah.
But they had another update where they brought in back shipment. You remember that map?
Yep.
It was like all the little shipping containers.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, if you want a power level, they have a playlist right now called Shoot the Ship.
Yeah.
And it's either Shoot House or Shipment, and they're both like fast maps.
Right. And they're both pretty small maps too, if I remember.
Shoot House is fairly big, but it's compared to the other maps in the game, it's fast because it's like the classic 3-lane running of situation.
Yeah.
But Shipment's just pure chaos.
Yeah, Shipment's one of those maps where it's like if you don't die like 15 times, it's amazing.
Oh, way more. Like, because you especially get those objective-based games, and there's been times I just spawn and I die.
Yeah.
Spawn, die.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, and the map's so small,
side,
it's hard not to on that one, a little bit too. Yeah.
But dude, on the flip side, you can like get a real quick kill streaks,
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah.
From what I remember. Yeah, I used to love playing that one back in the day because it was I just run shotties on it, man, and just like a maniac on that board.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing. I got this shotgun. I got like a 12-round magazine, so it's like just semi-automatic.
Jeez.
Just street sweep people.
Yeah, exactly. Good times. Yeah.
It's a blast.
Spawn, throw a grenade, run around, shoot, die, respawn, throw a grenade.
Yeah. It's been like when it was double XP, I was like, yep, I'm just going to play this playlist until double XP's gone.
I forgot it was double XP. Damn. I haven't played it much. I haven't really played much, honestly, until last night. I played a few games that I haven't played in a while and kind of, like I played a game of Madden and played some Magic because I realized that when I when I put one of the Magic games on my Xbox One, that basically it didn't transfer. Like it's weird. It transferred that I have the game, but it doesn't transfer any of the save data when I transferred it for some reason. So it's basically like I put the game on there brand new, which isn't bad because I'm like, I'll just go through and replay everything. Doesn't bother me. But on the newest Magic game, I was going to play some of that the other night, and apparently they're no longer supporting it at all. So they basically unlocked everything in the game. And I'm like, well, now there's no reason to play it unless you're going to jump online and play against, like, other people. Because
that's weird.
Yeah, like, I didn't have all the objectives and stuff done, but it was like, well, the point of grinding through those objectives was basically to get cards. Well, now all the cards are unlocked, so I can play, it's just, yeah.
So why would I grind through the stuff?
Yeah, I was like, oh. So, plus, they used to have, like, daily objectives and stuff. It was, like, cast this many of this and you get something or whatever. And now all that's gone. So it's like, well, I almost might as well just delete this right off my system because I can't do anything with it. If I had known that, I wouldn't have updated it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because I read on Reddit that there's some people who hadn't updated yet, and they were like, oh, I didn't know that. So they blocked, they don't let their system update that game so they can keep grinding. But oh well.
Interesting.
Yeah, so the only thing I can hope for is that maybe they'll put the arena game that's on PC, that they'll make it available for the consoles too. But
you know what's the only thing I can hope for, Brian?
What's that?
That you, Cheeto, and myself all get together and gang and just start shooting at people.
That should be happening soon, I think.
Yeah. Just saying. This is a thing that should happen.
Agreed. Yeah, and well, Fluffy Bunny Ash got Borderlands 3 for Christmas, so I finally have someone I can play Borderlands with.
Oh, shoot.
So yeah, it looks like, finally got a couple games I can play with some people.
Yeah, things are coming up Millhouse, man.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Thrill ho. Shit. All right, so enough video games. Unless you got anything else.
Nah, I'm good. Just I'll just go back and just say one thing: the Switch is amazing, and then I'll be done.
All right, fair enough. I know I really want one. I just haven't found someone I can steal one from yet. No.
Oh shit.
Hey Tony, can I come over for a minute? Hey man, you see my Switch? No, but have you seen my new Switch?
Oh, actually, I do have one more Switch thing to talk about.
All right.
They have it's basically like PlayStation Plus or whatever.
Yeah.
They have an online thing so you can play with, but it's like for one person, it's like 24 something a year.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Which compared to like PlayStation Plus, is pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Or they have a family plan. That's $34 for the year, and you can have up to 8 people, and they don't have to be on your Switch.
That's weird. Okay.
Because Logan actually just bought his roommate's Switch off of her.
Yeah.
Because you ever use it.
Huh.
So because he came over, played, and he's like, all right, I'm texting. I'm going to buy it.
I feel like you should get like a finder's fee or, some sort of a fee in there. Yeah.
But what's cool about the online thing is it gives you access to Super Nintendo and regular Nintendo stuff.
Nice.
And River City Ransom and Dodgeball are both in it.
Oh, that is very nice to hear.
So you may have to come over so we can play. Or I guess I could just take the Switch wherever we go.
That's fair, yeah. Or
play some River City Ransom.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. Anywho, that's enough of that, though.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about that. Shit.
All right.
Man. So you got anything else that's like not story?
Personal stuff? No, not that I can think of off the top of my head.
I think that's all I got too.
It's been just pure chaos and craziness, and I can't wait to get everything kind of dialed in and moved in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is interesting. I think there's quite a few people I'm seeing, you're kind of a lot of people are hitting that emotional hangover part of the year, now that all the Christmas stuff is done for a lot of people, it's weird because I've seen a lot of people are like, yeah, we're just going to stay in this year for New Year's and, we're just burnt out from Christmas and,
Right.
So, like, yeah,
I believe it.
Understandable. Not to mention, who wants to be out on an amateur night?
Yeah, it's the worst idea ever.
Yuck.
Yeah.
That's the one advantage of going somewhere and leaving early is, you get home before all the assholes leave the bar. But
exactly.
Yeesh. You know how I've talked about for a good while now how I can't read like I used to be able to?
Oh, yeah.
For
sure.
And like I used to just devour books. I mean, I read some of them, but I just eat them like a maniac. And, nom. Brian, what are you doing? Book's good.
Yeah, accurate.
Right. I used to be known as the bookie monster, right?
Nice.
No, anyway, but I used to read, like, there were so many times I'd be reading 3 books at one time, kind of a thing. And now I can't even fathom doing that. Reading one book is hard enough for me. This is not even a new thing or a new story. It was just new to me. On CBC, they had, on a radio show, they had a woman on there talking about, and the title of the thing was TLDR.
Oh, okay.
And in case people aren't, I don't know, in case you're 90, because even Tony and I, uncool as we are, know what TLDR is.
Yeah, exactly, right.
TLDR means too long didn't read, and it's been around on the internets for quite a while, and it's basically where when someone would write like paragraphs of something, people used to just type TLDR, meaning like, I'm not reading all that. And so now you'll actually see posts that will have a TLDR summary at the bottom of them. And I've even
Which I appreciate.
And that used to just be like a Reddit internet kind of thing. But I've even seen that now on some different articles I've read, where at the bottom it'll have a TLDR, and I'm like, wow,
That's actually great.
Because on one hand, I'm kind of like, well, if you're just going to do the TLDR summary, don't bother writing the whole thing.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, but this, I can't remember the guy's name, the radio host. He had a woman on there that's a neuroscientist, and she studies how our brains work with reading and such. And she was basically saying that what's happening is that, because we can't read when we're born, right? That is something we learn. So your brain creates that function, as we learn it. Well, as we read and read and read on the internet, basically that part that was created gets altered to where it only reads the way we're reading now, which is on the internet or off our screens of some sort. And
really,
yeah, and in the way that we're reading now, we're scanning, skimming, we're not really reading, because in order to read, like she said, the problem is, a lot of times, like, how it is, you're on your phone and you're also doing something else or blah blah blah. You're essentially distracted reading,
right?
So I may get some of this science wrong, but go listen to the thing. It's like it's a 24-minute interview with the woman, but she's also written a couple of books on the topic, and which is kind of funny. It's like, I want to read the book, but here we are back to the core problem.
Exactly.
But this woman talks about how what she is, an incredibly intelligent person. And some of her favorite books are really wordy and dense and all this stuff. And she said just to see if she could, she went back to try to read those books. And she's like, I found that I have no tolerance for them.
Really?
And she said, so she's basically forcing herself to actually read from a real book, not a Kindle. She said Kindle is better than computer, essentially, because less distractions, or a phone or whatever. As long as you have like a base Kindle, if you have a Kindle now that has all the internet functionalities and apps and all that stuff, then, you know, that's just as bad. But basically, reading from an actual book, she said she's been doing it 20 minutes or so a day so that she can still have that skill, because it really is becoming a use it or lose it scenario.
That's pretty interesting.
Almost like that area kind of atrophies because you're not using it. And
that is interesting.
And that makes tons of sense, because the reason that I immediately was like, ooh, internet, and I can, because in my brain I'm going, I can consume this and move on to this and move on to this and just boom, boom, boom. But like she was saying, we're taking in, I want to say she said like 100,000 words a day or something like that. And as a result, our brains just don't take the time to apply empathy to anything. We don't take the time to really digest what we're reading.
I can completely believe that, because you're just consuming so much information.
Right. And she was saying that, they did some testing on people, like younger people basically, and that like 10 years ago, the group that they did the study on, kind of a thing, or I can't remember exactly how it worked out. But anyways, the first study they did was basically just reading from books, and then
Right.
doing figuring out what they've learned from it essentially. And they did the same thing using screens with younger people and asked them which they feel that they learned more from. And of course, the younger people said, from their phones or internet or whatever.
Mhm.
And she goes, but the testing actually shows the opposite, in that they learn more from actual, book reading and stuff. But she said she's got colleagues who have quit using certain books in their teaching because the students just they can't read it.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was like, holy shit, because like I said, for years and years, I was thinking that most of my problem might be like a depression and that kind of stuff, because a lot of times you have trouble concentrating,
Right.
And looking at this, and I'm going, I kind of wonder if this is more it. Maybe I just need to exercise that muscle more. So I'm gonna,
I mean, it makes total sense with the way like humans are in general.
Yeah, right. And again, it's not
Like, if
something
you're
we're
using it,
born
your body's
with.
going like, oh, we're going to do this better now. 'cause
Exactly.
You're using it.
Right. And we're not born with it, so you do literally have to keep using it,
Yeah. Interesting.
So, yeah, I found that really fascinating. And it's one of those things that where on one hand you're kind of like, well, duh, but at the same time it's like, but it isn't quite a duh thing, because you're like, but I've still been reading.
Right.
But it isn't the same. So, yeah, so I was like, well, okay, I'm going to try to focus on maybe like acquiring books and trying to read books that way again, and do the same thing she did, which is, all right, 20 minutes a day or more, just actually reading from an actual book, just to try to keep that muscle memory going. Because she was saying what concerns her is with little kids, how little kids are not embracing books at all.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are just letting their kids read via their devices.
Via their phones and shit.
And
yeah, that's interesting.
She was kind of like saying that we should do both. That way they don't fall behind in their skills that everyone else is using, but also this way they can still maintain, the other skills, in case they need them, or so that they comprehend better.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Well, that was really, really, really interesting, though. So, and here's a story I got for you that actually kind of applies to you right now, right?
Oh, yeah?
No, where is it? It says, after 10 years of studying sleep, the U.S. military just revealed something eye-opening about caffeine. And I'm not going to read the whole thing. The article will be in the show notes if you want to read it, because there's a bunch to it. But basically what they found is military scientists have found that they think they have an algorithm essentially built to where, like, let's say you get 6 hours of sleep, right?
Right.
Well, the body needs 8 to 9 hours roughly to function at its normal level. They figured out the amount of caffeine you would need to intake to make up for the hours of sleep you didn't get. Now, the key to this is so that you get enough so you can function correctly without being over-caffeinated, which can cause
it's a fine line, man.
a crash, right? This way you could run at peak without, you're not redlining,
Yeah.
You're running at peak without
The
overdoing
peak
it.
of human performance.
Right, and they've even said that they essentially believe there's going to a downloadable version of an app that they built will be available soon.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I was like, man, that is freaking crazy. And from what it says, it sounds like it's going to be a free app as well, not a.
I might have to download it just to see what it's all about.
My thing is, why wouldn't you charge for that app?
Yeah, really. Well, I mean, word of mouth. It's going to be advertising on it.
Oh yeah, true. Because I was going to
Yeah.
say, I mean, people are willing to spend $6 a cup or so for coffee. I mean, hell.
Yeah, if they can find out like how much caffeine they need to do to feel normal all day.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. It's
Now,
interesting.
What's really going to be interesting about this is going to be, it's still going to be imperfect, because like the number that they are suggesting is going to be weak cups of coffee.
Yeah, they're like, well, you need to drink 43 cups of coffee. Like, is this a standard American cup or is this my cup?
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know how exactly, because like I said, there's obviously going to be some imperfections there, but
Yeah, for sure.
still kind of just an
It's
amazing
interesting.
thing. Amazing thing. It makes sense though, right? Because like they've been doing this kind of stuff with athletes for years. Like how many
Yeah.
electrolytes do you need to stay at a certain level, and how much hydration do you need to whatever, and so yeah, the next step's this. What's really exciting to me about this is that it would potentially give people the ability to not over caffeinate, which might
True.
allow a lot of people to actually fall asleep.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I know if I have caffeine at night, dude, I'm busted for the rest of the night. Like, good luck sleeping, bro.
That's the weird part in some of this too, is like the times. Like, oh yeah, that's the other thing. The app will be able to tell you essentially when to have that caffeine.
Now.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe like an Apple Watch app that kind of
Right.
like shocks you or something.
Yeah. Well, because like if you drink 12 cups of coffee to start your day, that's not going to fuel you all day.
No.
It's only
Yeah,
going to fuel you for a short time. Then you're going to have a major crash.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then you're going to want more coffee. So this will basically go have 2 cups to start the day. And then, 4 hours from now, have another 2
and
cups.
then microdose.
Yeah, basically. So that was
Wow.
kind of interesting, though. Again, just the shit science is working on sometimes.
Science being science. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
cancer's running strong.
Well,
Thanks, guys, for figuring out this caffeine thing, though.
They're trying. I mean,
I guess maybe they need the caffeine to
hard.
figure out the cancer.
boy, wouldn't that be some shit?
That would be. It's like a butterfly effect situation.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, what we actually found is when you maximize your caffeination, you actually minimize your chance for. Like,
That'd be wild, right?
right? Not likely, but
Not likely at
not
all.
likely, but wild for show.
I actually have a follow up.
Oh, do you?
I do a nice little salty follow up from a news story. Well, not really a news story. Something that happened to me a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Do you remember Brian when I was talking about how our local library doesn't have late fees anymore? I was kind of blown away by it.
Yeah.
Well, a study came out that the Chicago library system, who dropped their late fees, the amount of books returned has increased by 240%.
Big surprise. Yeah.
Because it was like we were talking about. People have late fees like, nah, I'm not going back.
Well, yeah, because they don't want the shame of it,
Yeah.
Even though most of the libraries literally have outside drops to where you could, after hours, just run up, drop the book, and never
Yeah.
be seen again.
Run up in a ninja suit so no one sees you.
Right.
Yeah, it says, sorry, man, hitting the wall. It says that they're very happy because the books have value and it costs money for us to buy. And they're like, we want those books back and we want the people to come back.
Yeah, right? Because they want them to come back and get books to read or, hold on to for 3 weeks and then bring back.
Yeah. Yeah. And like another, person is saying, like in New York, they're talking about getting rid of late fees too, apparently.
Yeah.
And it's because they, poorer people, if their books are late, they're never coming back. And they're
Yeah.
like, we don't want to keep these people that are like have lesser incomes
Yeah.
from enjoying reading.
I never thought of that part of it, but that's a really strong part of it. Because I always
Yeah.
was kind of like, well, hey, like if they have to replace these books, they got to pay for it somehow. And, but yeah, I would much rather see the books come back. Although I still wonder, like, because I don't know, I've never been in the, finances of libraries, but I'm curious where they make up that money.
I have no idea.
Or if they need to make up that money. Maybe some of them I'm sure do, because some of them I'm sure use that money to buy books or maintain or whatever it is they do with it. And then there's some where, again, like we've talked about up here, I doubt this library up here needs those fees. They probably have
Right.
plenty of funding, but I don't know, maybe not,
I mean, the library that I used to go to, I got to find a new one now.
Yeah.
Like they, you could go there and 3D print, but they charge you for it, or
Sure.
they charge for the internet. The internet area is always full of people.
Sure, yeah.
So I'm sure they're making money.
Yeah. It's just interesting because it always was seen as kind of and it, and I don't even mean like making a profit, of course, but, generating some revenue for maintenance, if nothing else, kind of thing. Because, again, as we've gone on, we've seen library funding getting cut,
Honestly, it might be going back to what you were talking about earlier. Just people aren't reading, so they're like, well, we need to figure out something.
Yeah, that could be it too, because it is. Most of us, how many of us now read our books on our phone and stuff when we read?
Yeah.
I do it. Most of the book, like, I've got 2 books right now that I'm that I'm working on, and both of them are digital. I don't own either of them in a real, version. And honestly, mostly that's just cost.
Yeah, the digital version is always so much cheaper.
Yeah, well, plus Amazon had given me a couple like Kindle credits, so
that's even better.
I got another one the other day for like $5 off a book. So it was like
shit, son.
a lot of times the Kindle versions are like $9. So it's like, well, I pay $4 for a book, or if I go buy the book, I had to lay out like $12.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Like it's just a matter of economics, but. Not that I can't go to book sales, Goodwills, and because I did actually about a month ago, I was at a Goodwill and found, I think I bought like 6 different books, and they're all like autobiography type books of musicians or whatever, and they were all like 50 cents or $1 a piece.
You can't go wrong with that.
No, so that's probably, and I do whenever I go in those stores, I always look because
right.
If I
never know.
Well, yeah, if I find books that I want to read, I'm willing to pay. Remember we used to do that for the library sales. I used to go and just buy up a bunch of books I wanted to read.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's like $1 a book or something. Why not?
Yeah, or if you go like that last day, a lot of times it'll be like all you can fit in a bag for like $7 or $10 or whatever it is. So yeah. So well, good on the libraries. I'm glad people are bringing the books back, and hopefully they're reading more. Because
one can only hope, because we kind of need it in this country.
You trying to say we ain't get enough book learning?
Yes.
Fair enough.
100%.
You listened, but I was going to say I mentioned, and I'll mention it again because there's plenty of the episodes, but make sure you guys go check out Tony on the newish episodes of Shot History. So
right. Oh, and I actually, the week before you and Henry recorded, I was guested on Hobie as well.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you were on Hobie too. Yeah. So
you can go back and check that out.
Mm-hmm.
Check out the most entertaining episode of Hobie since the last time I was on.
Right. Fair enough. Yeah, I had a good time listening to you guys on there. Actually, well, we talked about it. Henno and I did, but the citizenship testing that Calvin did.
Oh God, I feel like a real idiot. It doesn't help I had a couple whiskeys in me.
Yeah. Did you find yourself like going, God, I know this, but I can't think of it on some of them?
Yeah.
I did too.
Especially like the executive power, like declare war. After it says, like, oh, you idiot.
Yeah. That's why it was, well, you heard me saying it on here, I'm sure, where I was like, dude, it was like the first thing pops in my head. But you know how it is. It's like you're watching a game show on TV and, and they're like, and everyone at home's like, you idiot, say this. And it's like, yeah, well, you're on the spot and you've had some whiskey, like everyone on Jeopardy or whatever,
Naturally.
So I'm sure during the commercial breaks, they're just knocking whiskeys back.
Just pounding beers back and whiskeys.
That's all I can assume goes on there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah. I thought that was kind of a fun thing, though, because it really did make me go, wow, I should probably...
Brush up a little.
Brush up, yeah, because there were some of the things that, like I told Henno, some of the local government and stuff, like, I couldn't tell you our representatives.
Yeah, I have
and I
clue.
really should be able to, because I can still tell you the Toledo ones, which don't affect me right now, technically.
Right.
So, anyway. But yeah, go back and listen to those episodes. Those were good fun. The War of Toledo was a good topic.
Yeah, I thought that'd be fun.
And something that I didn't mention on there, but I don't know. Did you ever meet a guy by the name of Mr. Folger? Was a teacher.
What is that name from? Oh,
Fred?
Yeah, junior high, right?
Yeah. Okay. He was a local historian for like the Toledo area, especially, but also for Ohio history. And the timeliness of it couldn't have been much better. Like he passed away, I think, the week that episode dropped or the week after. And, that's, I mean, aside from the booziness and the silliness, but he would have probably appreciated, the topic being covered, because a lot of people, unless you live like right in this area, probably don't know much about that.
Yeah, don't really know.
And how petty and stupid a lot of it really is.
So petty and stupid.
So stupid. So, yeah. Anyway, go check those out.
Fair enough.
So,
Please.
Yeah. I really don't have anything else for the week. I just there's just been so much other stuff going on. Good.
I got one more.
All right.
And I know I'm about ready to fall over in my chair and just pass out on the basement steps here.
As usual.
But I got one more, and it seems so important. I have to power through this, Brian.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just going to sum it up with just the website.
Okay.
Farside, thefarside.com.
Oh my God, yes. Yes.
So Gary Larson's Farside, for who's not in the know, is just a single panic comic strip. Single panel comic strip. That's just terrific. It's clever.
It's one of
makes
the best
you think
comics
a little bit. It's one of the best comic strips ever made.
Yeah.
And he's kind of vanished for a while.
Yeah, he retired years ago.
Yeah.
And didn't even have much of a web presence. Like now, like you were saying, there's a site now where you can go see like retro strips and stuff that didn't even really exist before this for some reason.
So every day there's going to be, a new Farside comic that gets posted, and you can go back and look at his sketchbooks and collections of books, or not books, comics.
Yeah.
And if you're not familiar with Farside, but you like silly, smart humor.
Oh man.
You should for sure come check out Farside.com. It's going to be in our show notes and on the website and blah, blah, blah.
One of my favorites on there has always been that one where it shows the School for the Gifted, and it shows the kid pushing on the pull door.
Yes.
I can't remember
the one
his
that's on
caption,
their homepage right now is a birdhouse and a tree, and the two birds are sitting outside of it on a little post.
Yeah.
And Tarzan swings into their window. And the bird's like, "My, what was that?"
Yeah, I can't recommend doing a deep dive of that enough. Or seriously, if you have access to the books, go check your local library. There's a decent chance they'll have the books. And if they do, seriously, go get them and just consume all of them. And also Calvin and Hobbes while you're at it.
Oh, how could I not forget? How can I not talk about that?
Because Calvin and Hobbes, the greatest comic ever written. Ever. I will take no arguments on that.
And also the greatest yard art ever.
Yes, very much so.
That was my one of my amazing Christmas presents was Michelle made me Calvin and Hobbes building snowmen.
So good.
Yeah, she kept oh, I gotta go to my dad's and work on stuff. We're using power tools. I'm making our trip to Home Depot. I'm like, what are you making?
I was wondering.
I had no idea
because I saw on her Instagram where she posted, never used power tools before. Let's see how this goes, or something to that effect. And I was kind of wondering the same thing because I know she's artistically inclined, and I'm like, what the hell is she making?
Yeah, well, she made an amazing Calvin and Hobbes for my front yard.
So good. Yeah. And you have pictures of that up on your.
It's on my
Instagram.
The Monotony was my Instagram.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Right.
It's basically Calvin and Hobbes and the brawny man standing there. So I got my red flannel on.
So true. So true. It's too bad. This is almost too bad that for you weren't clean shaven, because it'd be so funny to be out there like Calvin's dad.
Oh yeah, that would be hilarious.
But that was dude, those were so great. I was blown away by those myself.
Very surprised.
Yeah, very cool.
Well, because I'm a silly goose and special, and apparently was doing absinthe. We still have Dude Mountain.
Yeah. That's where I was going when you said you had one more thing. So, which led to us.
We also got your little song situation.
Oh yeah.
So where do you want to go with this? Should we do the final Dude Mountain update?
Let's do the final Dude Mountain update, because there's a game going on right now, but it's been decided. So
it's a lock.
I don't know about the game, but as far as So let's do
it's a
Dude
lock.
Mountain.
Well, all right, here we go.
Dude Mountain.
Well,
very ominous.
I did my best to stay at the bottom of Dude Mountain this year.
You did?
Many weeks of not updating my teams because nonsense.
Right.
And 2 weeks of me thinking it was over.
Even though Garrett did say, hey, it's not over.
I know. I saw that. And I was like, oh, fuck. But, what are you going to do?
Right.
Yeah, so, the D-Gens and the Mascot Super Fight, we're tied for 10th place. We're swimming in the broth together.
Yeah. Nice.
The Salty Bottoms are not quite the Salty Bottoms. They're almost, though.
Yeah.
Followed by Ditz and Dan at 8. The Sexy Skeletors at 7. Q Motley Crew, Dr. Feelgood coming in number 6. Hard Pass, number 5.
Damn.
The Jackalmay Rise, number 4. Number 3. The Underdogs, number 2. And goddamn John Madden 2016 with the lock, with the win, crushing everybody. Boom, a whap. 6-legged turkeys. Diabetes.
All right, so without the final, like there is a game going on currently. Without that game, how many points was Madden up?
Old soundbar is going to die soon.
Cool.
They are 11 points ahead of number 2.
Jeez. So,
Yeah.
So even if it was wrong and someone else is right, then it's still 10 points. So
It's silly.
that is a
Silly.
full week of picks, basically.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you're not going out there and buying Madden 2016 and then putting money on these games, y'all are idiots.
I'm thinking next year I'm not even going to pick myself. I'm just going to run Madden 16 versus Madden 19 and see which of those two wins.
That would be hilarious.
Since I own both.
Yeah, why not?
Oh shit. I made a respectable climb. Remember, for a while you and I were pretty close to the bottom. So yeah, I got up into the middle of the pack at least. So. Whew.
But yeah, I mean, there's your final Dude Mountain update for 2019.
I know,
Pretty
man.
wild.
Can't believe the NFL regular season's over, but it's not. I mean, there's still 10 minutes left in a game, but
It's over.
it's over. It's over, Johnny. Yeah,
Here you go.
man.
Oops.
Well, thanks
There you
to everyone who played this year, and I really think what happened was, Madden surged again at the end because of, probably got himself a couple 6-legged turkeys in his belly.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
And
you'll have that.
He was ready for a playoff run then,
For sure.
Also, since we're on here, I want to point out that despite his best effort to give me a chance in the final, looks like I'm pretty sure I lost to our friend Neil in the last minute Salty Language Fantasy League. Let's see. I'm pretty sure our games are done. All our players are done, yeah. And he beat me because the way it works was like it goes 2 weeks per playoff round.
Right.
So he beat me last week. I beat him this week, but overall he beat me 253.94 to 229.2.
How dare he?
And the best I could have done was 12 more points. So, which still wouldn't have been enough. So,
Right.
Hats off to Neil. The reason I say, despite his best efforts, he had Mark Ingram in his lineup today. Mark Ingram was certainly not playing today. So
I think Neil's coaching as good as I am this year.
Yeah. So I appreciate
Which is
it.
hilarious because I wanted to organize this league and I'm just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I don't care about it right now. I got bigger fish to fry.
Although I will say I believe Neil and I had the best 2 records through the regular season. So the fact that we played in the finals was, appropriate.
Makes
So,
sense.
and unfortunately for me, my team started off like gangbusters because of the Patriots defense mostly.
Oh, yeah, right.
And the Patriots defense has been sucking bags of dicks on the reg for the last few weeks. So my team is fizzled as the season went out. Neil's team, however, had gone the opposite way and was en fuego over the last 4 or 5 weeks, especially. Holy shit.
Right.
So, yeah. He was basically the one person I didn't want in the final.
There you go. He's got served up to him.
Yep. So, unfortunately, I got a firm stiff arm into the ground, and now I have just glitter all over my face on top of it.
So much glistening.
So, yeah, congratulations, Neil. So, next year, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I got a really good team auto-drafted to me, and then I tweaked. Because I think at the end of the season, I made more moves than anybody, which is kind of funny, given that, I had the best record.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
Yeah. At least it wasn't as humiliating as that season. You remember that season we played where I went undefeated through the regular season? Because that was that year I had Tom Brady and Randy Moss when they went stupid.
Oh, yeah.
And then I lost in the first round.
Yeah. As is tradition.
The only fantasy league I've been in where someone went undefeated in the regular season and then I got bounced in the first round. So
Yeah, that was pretty silly.
yeah, stupid Kurt Warner.
Stupid Kurt Warner.
Fucking went to overtime and threw a touchdown that beat me. Anyway, so yeah, hats off to everyone who played. Thanks a lot. We'll try not to be quite as last minute next year.
Yeah, so we just the Salty Language Fantasy Football League.
We'll probably wait till like the week of and be like, oh yeah, we should probably do this because that's what we
You're
do.
probably right. That's kind of what we do.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, fantasy football stuffs aside, I guess let's do some song stuffs here real quick. I have a couple submissions here. I don't know what it is, man. For some reason in Windows 10, have you noticed that when you're in one page, if you go to another tab, that it takes like 10 years to reload that tab?
Yeah, it's probably the worst thing ever.
I don't know what it is about that.
Well, I do have my answer for last week's question.
Okay, well, yeah, let's do that. Last week's question was what, a song with alcohol in the title?
Yeah.
Okay. Or not in the title, I think just had alcohol in it.
I mean, this one's it was an easy one for me. You know, some people want to do George Thorogood, one bourbon, one scotch, one beer. Classic.
Can't believe I didn't even think of that song.
Right.
Yeah, right?
Maybe a little Bare Naked Ladies, alcohol, whatever.
That's the one I went with. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm.
But mine, Brian, has been on my soundboard for a long time.
Dude.
Beer Drinkers, Hellraiser.
It's been a
ZZ
minute.
Top.
It has been a minute since we've done some beer drinking and hell raising.
It has.
Also, seriously, dude, I had my chance at it. You had your chance at it. Neither one of us picked the Whitechapel drinking song.
Oh, you're right. We both suck.
By Nate
I don't
Monoxide.
even have that on my soundboard anymore.
Yeah. You know, I'll try to look for it and put a link to it in the show notes. If not, it's by, was it Nate Monoxide?
Yeah, we used to close our show with it.
Yeah, man, forever ago. And he was cool enough to actually reach out to us and tell us that it was cool that we were closing the show with it. So
yeah, which was awesome.
That was awesome. Yeah. But definitely go have a listen to that as well. We'll have a few links to some songs in the show notes and whatever. So, and again, that I've also, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure we have a drinking playlist over on the YouTube.
I think we do.
So go check our YouTube out. There's some good playlists on there. There's also our Spotify, I think, has a few different playlists.
I mean, speaking of playlists, when I was listening to your guys' episode, I decided that we needed a Salty Language Song Question of the Week playlist on Spotify.
Yeah.
So every answer we get, I'm going to add to the playlist. And if you want to find it, just, search for Salty Language Podcast. It should come up, or at hashtag SQ of the week.
Right. So that'll be awesome. And also, I want to make sure I want to try to make sure I point this out every week, because where I'm getting these song prompts from is from a deck of cards for a party game called Game That Song. And basically, I think it's like you put I think the way you play the game is essentially someone lays the prompt out, essentially. Everybody pulls a song up on their phone. You play a little snippet of it, and then I think I don't know. You can just use it as an icebreaker kind of game. Or I don't know the exact rules. I'm sorry to the people from the Game of the Song if you're listening.
Dare you, sir?
But, go check them out on Twitter or I know they have a Kickstarter and whatever still. That's where I got the game from.
Nice.
So it's just I just thought it'd be fun for us to use for a little discussion topic, because we were looking for something kind of different for a little bit. Our pal Cheeto Bandito, for his song with alcohol in it, he said would be Alcohol and Ass by Hell Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
I'm not familiar with that song, I don't think. So, again, I'll have to check. It's funny, there's a lot of songs where I'm like, I don't know and then I start to listen. I'm like, oh yeah, I know that song.
Yeah, I'm sure you've heard that song before. It's like
So-
alcohol and ass.
Now, is he saying alcohol and ass, like hauling ass, or alcohol and ass?
Hauling.
Oh, I'm less interested now.
But alcohol and ass is definitely a thing.
Where did it go? I lost another one. Oh, here we go. From Fluffy Bunny Ash, I have, she said, Drinking in L.A. by Bran Van 3000 and White Light by Gorillaz are her too. I know White Light.
Oh,
The other song.
she hobied us.
Yeah. So, cool. Again, I actually like it when we get ones that I haven't heard of, though, because then it, gives me a reason to go listen to some different music.
Yeah, absolutely, right?
So, yeah. Alrighty. So, for this week, the question is, a song to play at a graduation. This one's tough.
A song to play at a graduation?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Doors, The End.
I was originally trying to think of something kind of gloomy, basically, but I think I'm going to go the other way in not typical me tradition. And I think I'm going to go with oh shit. Oh, I can't think. Is the name of the You're the Best?
Oh, it's like, you're the best.
Yeah.
Around.
So that it
Yeah.
gives you that, 80s montage kind of like opportunity to maybe fist pump and do different stuff, celebrate, like you just do it a little slow-mo with the music and you're high-fiving your friends and throwing the cap and whatever. But I guess it really only works if you're the valedictorian. If your school
That's true.
yeah. Man, I cannot talk. If your school still recognizes a valedictorian, because I've read some schools are not doing that now
Ugh.
because people's feelings get hurt.
Do they? They're going to get real hurt when they enter the workforce.
Do you know what really pisses me off about that? It's based on math, yo.
Yeah.
Like, the person with the highest GPA is the valedictorian. This isn't, like, subjective. They don't pick.
It's not like there was a vote.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, no, that person got the highest GPA. That's it. I mean, sorry. You tried your best. You didn't do it. They're the best.
Yeah. They worked their ass off for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Either that or I want it to be, it's either that or I want it to be some sort of, I want it to be some sort of like a fuck you kind of song for the person, for all the haters and, kind of stuff. But
Right.
I don't know exactly what I would pick.
A little mom spaghetti. Knees weak.
Well, I mean, sometimes you gotta lose yourself in the music, the moment.
Have you heard the remix of that? It's just called Mom Spaghetti.
No, I've seen on soundboards and stuff online where they just have the mom spaghetti thing though, which makes me laugh.
It's pretty funny. There's the whole. It sounds like the actual lose yourself, but like Mom Spaghetti comes up like 84 times, and the video is a bunch of spaghetti. And
Oh my goodness.
pretty classic.
Yikes. All right. Well, I guess, once again, the prompt for this week, the Game That Song prompt is a song to play at a graduation. And what kind of graduation is up to you. We don't,
Yeah, preschool.
Yeah. I mean, you could be playing We Are the Champions,
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
fine. Whatever. I don't know.
Just send us some good songs.
Yeah. So, there you go.
You bastards.
Right. And respond to, we'll have a post on our Instagram. There'll be a post on our Twitter, or you can just DM us with your response, or, you can email us at saltylanguage@gmail.com if you're so inclined.
Keep it sexy, though.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, there you go. That's what I got for the week.
I think that's a show.
All right. Well, I guess, if you'd like to contact the show, whatever, I guess, I don't know, head to the, always too sexy saltylanguage.com. You can find all the links for all the episodes. You can get the link to the audio file for the the Too Hot for YouTube episode from a few weeks ago. I'm just picturing the old those Jerry Springer Too Hot for TV.
Yeah.
You know,
Too hot for TV.
Ugh.
Yeah, this is exactly what I want. Some white trash idiot whipping out her awful titties.
I mean, if it was there, we'd take it.
Oh yeah, at the time, at the age I was, it didn't matter what kind of titty it was.
Yeah. Oh, I mean now.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
I mean, for the story. Oh man, yeah. All the show, the links and what have yous will be in the, on the site or in the show notes. So go check that out if you want to contact the show. Like I said, you can email us at saltylanguage@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me at Stunami.
You can find me at Monotone, Monotony, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the same shit.
True. Our YouTube is Salty Language Pod. If you want to go check out those playlists and what have you over there. I'll have Tony send me a link to the Spotify playlist because I don't think I still have it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I will update it and send you a link probably tomorrow.
Okay, so we can have.
Oh,
that
yeah, you probably
somewhere.
want to put it on our thing. I'll send you a link before I go to bed.
All right. I was just gonna say, but anyway, yeah.
Sorry,
So,
Brian, I'm not brainin it properly.
that's
I'm
all right.
tired.
That's all right. Or if you need any of the links, you can always just, like I said, just DM us on the Twitter. Slide in them DMs.
Yeah,
All
prepare
sexy.
to receive nudes.
Right. Yeah, I guess with all that, have a beer, you'll be fine, I guess.
Stay all hot pockety.
Ooh, hot. You mean rom pockets?
Rom pockets, man. You know what?
Huh.
Why can't we call those things hot nudes?
Oh, damn it, you're right. We should call them hot nudes.
Like NOODS, hot nudes.
Yeah, because hot noodles. I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Hot nudes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You picture the advertising campaign for that, like trying to promote that to, on Saturday morning TV or something like that, or
Yeah, trying to promote it to the kids.
yeah, like it says on the paper here, you want to advertise for hot nudes
Like, I don't understand.
during our kids block of programming. Like, yeah, they eat more of our product than anyone does, or consume more of our product. I gotta word it right.
Then you can just picture the commercial like, Mommy, look what Daddy sent me from California, hot nudes. What? And then it's like, you.
You mean hot nude sandwich-like products? I get it.
Yeah, hot nude sandwich.
No, sandwich-like products.
Yeah, sandwich like,
Yeah.
yes. Sandwich-esque.
'Cause that's always been one of my favorite things about different foodstuffs is when they
Yeah.
call them like Hot Pocket brand sandwiches, like when they actually refer to them as that, and it's like, come on, they're Hot Pockets. Nobody says
American
sandwiches.
cheese product.
Yeah, oof. That's
Oh boy, I never want to hear my cheese being referred to as a cheese product.
I miss those days, man. Generics used to be so much fun because of that.
Oh yeah,
Now they all got cool names, so
it's like I know.
that's how crazy it is. Tony doesn't even know.
I don't even know, bro.
I don't even know, man. It's just so crazy. All right. Well, yeah. Again, I guess I'm supposed to say one last thing here, huh? I don't know. Happy New Year, I guess. Because this.
Oh, also, Tangipahout Network.
Oh
And-
shit! Yeah.
Watch your back! Danger!
There you go.
Entertainment. Yeah. Jeez. Can't believe I almost forgot that. Shit.
All right, damn.
Well, I shouldn't say almost. I forgot it. Luckily,
Oh,
you didn't.
but were you going into a Happy New Year thing?
I was.
Yes, my bad. Sorry, I had to
Yeah.
get in there and Secret Service
No, it's fine.
Our guys for us. Mr. President, get down! I
Well,
dove in front of it.
It's fine because otherwise, the Liel will send people from the network to, thugs to come break our knees or something. So
Exactly.
we can't have that. We need our knees.
So let's Bone Thugs and Harmony. They can come over.
Only if it's the first of the month,
Nice.
which oddly enough, it will be pretty soon, couple days.
Yeah, it will be a couple days.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, one last thing here, because I know, like, we don't, like, you're still not a New Year's resolution kind of person, right?
I mean, despite the fact I'm doing this thing in January, it's not a resolution.
Yeah. Well, it's only geared to be a month, so you know.
But no, not really.
Yeah.
I think it's
All right.
silly.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm very much
Yeah.
like if you want to make a change, you know, just I don't know.
I'm going to
Just do it.
continue my resolution from last year and not kill hookers.
You did pretty well on that this year.
I did pretty good. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's one maiming.
Yeah, there's a little room for improvement, but hey, you know, no one's perfect.
I mean, I haven't unplugged her yet. We're good.
Right. Wow. Oh, shit. Wow. So, so from me and Tony and all the hobos at Hobo Gulch and the one they haven't unplugged yet, Happy New Year.